Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and I thought it was time to do an update on the liquor store and mini mart and see how we are doing with the impending threat of other stores moving into our small town. It's crazy, but I've owned this 3 years now. It does not seem like that long. I bought it February of 2022. It's now February of 2025, and we will talk about some of the challenges, the good and bad of this store. We'll look at sales and how they have done since our last video. We'll be talking about an exciting new purchase. There is a new restaurant moving in across the street. So recently that restaurant moved out, was going to start like an axe throwing business. That apparently failed before it started. And now the owner of that building is starting a restaurant in there again. So that's actually good news for our store, because the more people that come to the town, the more people that visit our store. So that's good. There is a Dollar General getting close to opening. So we just saw that they posted they're looking for 10 employees to hire. And I talked about this in my last video. They had come into my store kind of trying to poach my employees a little bit. Now, none of them moved over. I think our employees are very happy. But that's a lot of people to hire for a small town. This is Pierce, Colorado, not a big town by any means. And it'll be interesting to see if they're able to fully staff their store like they want to. Now, on top of that, there's also a restaurant moving in, Don Juan's. There's one right now in LaSalle, Colorado. It's actually really, really good. One of my favorite restaurants. And so they're a little behind schedule, but they should be opening in the next few months, hopefully. And that should bring more people in as well. So the town is hopping with excitement and new things going on. Now, as far as our store, sales have been pretty decent. I'll show you that. It's always tricky trying to figure out, what's going on, what's happening, keeping up with prices and different things, because our suppliers are increasing prices. Our eggs are absolutely insanely expensive, just like everyone else's eggs, because they're very expensive for us to buy. And honestly, we buy a lot of our stuff from other stores that are in larger markets. We have some suppliers who deliver and supply us with stuff. They're more expensive than for us to go to Walmart and buy stuff off their shelves, which sounds crazy, but that's how cheap Walmart can sell stuff, because they've created their own distribution, supplier network, all the contracts they've worked out with bulk orders. They're cheaper than our suppliers on a lot of items. So it's definitely been interesting learning all this and figuring out this business and how all of that works. Now, at least in Colorado, it's fine for us to buy and resell. In fact, we can get a tax exempt form. So when we buy stuff from other stores, we don't pay sales tax on it, because we're going to be reselling it, and then people will pay us sales tax at that point. So we don't want to pay sales tax twice on a good we're buying and then selling again. Now, as far as Dollar General goes, we've had a lot of feedback from the town. And my manager, I've got a full-time manager here who takes care of the store, does pretty much everything. She's great. Pretty much the feedback has been, we're not going to Dollar General. We're going to keep going to the store. So that's really good to hear. It's really good to hear the town likes the store. I'm sure there's some people who maybe are excited for Dollar General to move in. I don't know. And they might not come to our store and don't voice their opinions. So I'm sure there's that side of it. But for the most part, our customers, our current customers, are pretty happy with our store and want to keep shopping here. So that's very good to hear. Now, we are a liquor store and a small grocery store. So obviously Dollar General won't be able to compete with us on the liquor side, because they don't sell liquor. So we'll still have that. And worst case scenario, I've talked about this with my manager, if sales just tank and it's awful and all of our customers go away on the grocery side, we could always expand it into a larger liquor store, because this is all we have on the liquor side, just this one side. And it is not a large liquor store, as you can see. We're pretty limited, but we try to stock a wide variety of items and quite a bit of different things. And we do stock way more than it had when I first bought the property 3 years ago. It sounds crazy to say that. So overall, I'm not too worried, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be worried. Maybe our sales will just get obliterated once Dollar General opens. But I also think it's going to be nice to have a couple of more restaurants, which will bring people into town and help bring people in as well. And I have heard too that one of those restaurants might not have their liquor license for a little bit, and might be some delays in that. So that could obviously help us out as well if people come in to eat and want to get some liquor too, but can't get it at the restaurant. I've also been thinking of ways to increase revenue and things to add to the store, and had some ideas, but those might get put on hold because we're 99.9% sure we're buying another liquor store. And that one will be in Greeley, Colorado. That's happening in a couple of weeks now. Oh, God. Actually, 8 days. So that's coming up quick. So I'm trying to figure out that because there's a lot of work to do there. And my manager here is actually going to help me with that side of it because there's a lot going on with purchasing, taking over a liquor store as far as a liquor license, tobacco license, POS systems, inventory, suppliers, getting all of that set up. And the owners are going to help us and work through a lot of that with us, but there's still going to be a lot of work to do. So I kind of told my manager, either we're going to add something here to this store, or we're buying the next store and we're going to work on that. So we are buying the next store. We'll be working on that, and maybe when we get that one stabilized, we'll think about some different ideas for this one. And some of the ideas, I think I've talked about it before, is just adding like a actual coffee shop, because we had a coffee trailer in the parking lot one day, and it brought in tons of people. It was very popular, did very well. I don't think they've come back. I'm not sure why, but we'll see. And just thought either having like something like that, or even an actual drive-through coffee, which we could have some space in the back for, could really bring in a lot of people and bring in some revenue. Of course, I don't know the first thing about starting a coffee shop, but I didn't know the first thing about owning a liquor store when I bought this too, and it's worked out pretty well so far. So those are some of the ideas. Of course, it would take some research and time and effort to do that. And with a new liquor store coming on board, I don't want to do too many things at once, because I already do too many things at once. So we're going to focus on that first, see how that goes, and then go from there. So we will be showing that property here next week, the new one we're buying. Pretty exciting. And then that is also a real estate and business purchase. So this one I own the real estate as well. Has 3 apartments upstairs that we have rented, and it's really nice to have multiple sources of income from the business and the rentals. Now, the new liquor store does not have any other apartments. It's just the commercial real estate for the liquor store, but it's quite a bit bigger than this one. It is maybe almost 5,000 square feet. So much bigger property, and it will be very interesting to see how it goes, because it's a big giant surprise about sales and revenue and all that. The owners are not disclosing that to me, so we are going in there pretty much blind, in the dark, and we'll see how all that ends up working out. Hopefully good, but I know we can make it, hopefully, better, increase revenue if the revenue is really low and down. It's hard to say it's down and doing bad now because we simply don't know. But there's usually a reason why they don't want to disclose how much it's making. Same thing kind of with the laundromat that I bought, the small one. They would not disclose or give us any numbers either. Okay, so here are the sales up to this year. And the yellow line is 2025, the blue line 2024, the red line 2023, the green line 2022. You can see we opened February of 2022, and every year we've been improving. Now you will see as we get towards the second half of 2024, the red lines and blue lines got really close together. So the start of 2024 was quite a bit better than 2023, but then the second half kind of went down a little bit. And we talked about it before. There's a little bit of drama in the town. In a small town, if there's any kind of drama, the local store gets involved some. So hopefully we're past that. Hopefully, that was done with. But so far this year, you can see 2025 is starting out better than 2024 by quite a bit. And then you can see in the spring, things start to jump and increase So hopefully we see that same increase as well. Again, or all of these sales are just 100% from the cost of eggs. That could be it too. No. Eggs are a decent amount of sales for us, but not our whole business by any means. So the rest of our prices have been pretty stable. Bird flu has destroyed the poultry industry. So chickens are very expensive, eggs are very expensive, and that's the big reason for that. But as you can see, things are better. We'll see what happens with Dollar General. We're real excited about the new liquor store, and then we'll also see what happens with the restaurants and stuff moving in and how that changes everything. So, not bad. Chugging along. We'll have lots of updates coming up here soon, and I'd love to know what you think. Thanks for watching. Be back soon.